Hello and welcome to my first podcast. I'm your host, Max Röck, and today you're listening to Be Grateful Openly. So what do I mean by that? A couple of months ago, probably even much longer than that, I've started to write down what I'm grateful for every evening. And even during a vacation, I read The Secret. I'm not sure if you read it, and there was something I have done every day to write down during the time I read the book, the 10 things I'm grateful for and why I'm grateful for them. And that made me realize that there's so much in our lives which we can be grateful for if we focus on, if we appreciate it, and if we keep reminding us in it. So you may have heard what we appreciate appreciates, and I think that's very true. And something I have started a couple of months ago when I went through a 10-day challenge was also to send 2 notes of appreciation. So every day, honestly, I'm not getting to it every day, but I do it most days. I sent a note to my partner, why I love, honor, or appreciate her for things she has done in the last 24 to 48 hours. And additionally, I sent them to a second person, so a person which I respect, which I'm close to or even a coworker or a friend, to show them why I appreciate, honor, or respect them for things they've done the last 24 to 48 hours. And honestly, in the beginning, especially to the second person, it was very hard to send out that message. And I think it was very hard because I had all those thoughts coming into my mind. What would the person think of me when I sent them that note, or what would she think if I appreciate her, him, whatever, for something they have done? Would they think that I do it because I need something else from them, or all those thoughts came into my mind, and it took very long to actually send out that first note. But sometimes people don't reply, sometimes people reply, and sometimes you get overwhelming appreciation back, why they appreciate, honor, or love you. And that's even greater than, but I'm not doing that to hunt down that reply back or that feedback back, but I do that to make myself aware of the great relationships I have in my life, and that they make them more appreciated and make them feel more valued, and give them a better feeling, because we all love to receive that back, but without giving that to others, I truly believe we are not able to receive it back. And that brings me why I'm actually got inspired to that episode and talk especially talk about that. So I think must be approximately a year ago, we got into some they're called action days, some training programs where we went into towns and we done some made a fool out of ourselves to kind of sing in front of people and made people compliments, or just talk to them if they bring them into a conversation to see if they want to start a business with us, to kind of leave our comfort zone and feel more comfortable with doing things we haven't done before. And during one of those days, I came across one guy, and he gave me his phone number, and I saved it down in my contacts, and I think I followed him on Instagram at some point, and couple of months later down the road, I started to put out a motivational or inspirational quote every day on my WhatsApp status, my Instagram, as well as on my Twitter feed. And I could see that especially that person looked at those quotes every day, and yesterday the person reached out to me and said, "Oh, thank you for sharing all those notes. It's what keeps me driving, and it's the first thing I look into every morning." And that felt amazing. I put out those quotes to well, I read them myself every day, and it keeps me motivated and inspired. And I was hoping to be able to give the same feeling to other people, and it looks like I was able to do that, and people have been reaching out to me, which I was assuming until receiving that message, but now I also know that it's true, and at least one person is inspired and motivated for it, and that's all what matters. As long as I can inspire one person, I will keep going, and that's what I want to motivate you or inspire you to do as well. If there's something you're listening to, if there's something you're reading, if there's some person you follow or whatever it might be, and maybe that's not that huge influencer or whatever with a few followers, just if you take any value from it, and if it's something you're listening or reading or doing on constant and weekly, daily, whatever intervals or frequency it will be, time, and you enjoy reading it, listening to it, or whatever it might be, share it with others, and most importantly, get in touch with the person creating it and thank them, and give them back your gratitude, give them back what you feel when you when you listen to the content, when you digest the content. They will appreciate it, and it will drive them to keep going. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes we have like long nights and a lot of stress in other areas of our life, and putting our content like that, like my podcast for instance, which we're not being paid for, is something we keep pushing off too long, but we know it's something we need. It's something which inspires us, motivates us to do the things we are we're not paid for in this sense, but also we are not feeling most confident of most of the times. And being reached out from someone who listens into our content, who consumes our content, that's something, at least from what I can say, I appreciate a lot and I enjoy a lot, and that's one of the reasons why I'm putting that out on a weekly basis. But that doesn't only apply, so I went a bit off topic, so that's from my perspective why I do think it is important, but that also applies to any relationship we have in our life. If we keep telling them that we appreciate them, which is to be honest, which is always true, because if we are in a romantic friendship relationship, if we like to hang out together, do certain things together, we obviously appreciate and are grateful for that specific relationship, because otherwise we wouldn't spend the time with them. We would not use the time out of our busy days to spend them with them in particular. We would use the time for do something else. We're hanging or we're struggling behind. So keep reminding yourself of your time is the most valuable asset. It's the one thing we all can't make more of. And if we do share time with someone, the person must be of great value to us. Otherwise we wouldn't spend the time. So take a few minutes and give that appreciation back in form of kind words, or even pick up the phone, call them, thank them for the nice day you had, or the nice evening or night, or whatever you have been doing the last couple of days, and tell them, and you will see you both will build up more appreciation, and your relationship will become even deeper, even more meaningful than it already is. And that's something I have learned. If you're not looking after our relationships and appreciate them and make sure we take out the time to have quality meetings, quality times, quality experiences and events we share together in any relationship, those relationships will not mean much to us in some time. So if there's any relationship or any friend you know you were really close at some point in your life, maybe years back, just pause now and text them and tell them how much it meant to be able to do that thing you have done the last time, or do that thing, or just talk about something you have been struggling to share with somebody else, but you were able to share with them, and see if you can reconnect. See if you can hang out together again and bring back that relationship. Sometimes we push people on the right angle, or we offend them with something we actually know they are capable of doing, but they have been putting off for so long that if we push them in the wrong way, they might seem offended and they don't want to be pushed that way. But at the end, we only want the best for our friends, families, and loved ones. So we have to go back and maybe jump over our ego and apologize for something we thought was right at the time, but they didn't feel right, and reconnect. So that's what I wanted to share with you, that we should be grateful. Remind ourselves on being grateful for all the things we have in our life. Don't remind ourselves on the things we don't have, but remind ourselves on the countless things we do have in our life. And be open about it. Be vocal about it. Tell the people in our lives which makes our life so amazing, to have all those connections and people around us. Tell them why we love, honor, or appreciate them. Ideally every day, because every day, to the people closest to us, there's something we love, honor, and appreciate about them. That's it for me today. If there's something you want to tell me about the episode, something you want me to cover on a later episode, feel free to reach out to me. All my email addresses, social handles, how you can reach me is in the show notes. So feel free to do that. I would love to get into a discussion with you, or even bring you on to one of the next episodes. That's it for me today. Thank you for listening. I'm your host, Max Röck, and until next time.